What's up, y'all? So, today we're going to be talking about how I really feel about my BBL 2 years later and a whole baby later. Okay? Get into it. Now, if I keep looking down, it's because I got it like written down right here. Y'all, I be going off on a rant. And I gotta get my stuff together. Just bear with me. Okay. So, the first thing that I want to talk about how I really feel about my BBL is at first, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I didn't like my results. I felt like it looked more so like I didn't get anything done. Like, not saying, I wanted the work to, look unproportionate or anything. I'm saying it like I went into surgery and got out of surgery, and I was looking like, okay, but did you really do the surgery though? I mean, I could tell he had sucked the fat, like from my back and my sides, but when it came to like the booty, okay, I'ma just lay it out there. When it came to the booty looked just the same, and I'm just like, all that fat and back rolls you don't pull out, what you did with it? Like, you holding off on me. I don't know. But then around like 3 to 4 months post-op, I did start to like my body more, because that's when, like, I guess they say the fluffing period, but that's when like my booty just fluffed. It was, everything was snatched. The booty was big. The hips were giving. I'll insert some pictures so y'all can see, but girl, you couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me nothing. And I've been 19. Girl, like, come on. Come on. And the next thing will be the skin. Like, when you first get lipo and you go through like the skin reattaching phase, when the skin is trying to reattach to the muscle, like, it feels so weird. Like, the skin feels like it's blowing away in the wind, and if you turn too hard, you're gonna rip it. And literally that stays like that until like almost a year post-op, really. Like, that really was like uncomfortable feeling. Like, if you used to mixing up and doing a lot, and you gotta be a little careful. Cause I mean, no, yeah, it feels like it's ripping if you turn too hard, but I feel like if you did, you don't know what's in there still trying to heal. No. Next will be well, this is something that I had with my BBL, but it's more so like what caused my results to downfall, which is not getting all of the 15 massages and not wearing the faja like 24/7. I know I just saw like a video with Suki in it, and she was saying like how she got her good results from her BBL, and she was like she wore her faja 24/7. And if only I had saw that video once I first got the BBL, I would have wore the faja 24/7. Like, I would have, because me personally, I didn't have a problem with my faja. I felt like it was very comfortable. Like, I needed the compression to feel comfortable, because like how I said about my skin feeling like it was going to rip, and every time like I wore it out, it felt like if every time that I wore my skin, just out, didn't have a faja on, it just felt very bare, like I was going to rip it. It just felt like it needed that compression for me to even be comfortable, but to also heal properly. And let's see the next one. Mm, one thing I will say is once my body did start to change after like going through pregnancy and everything, and even leading up to pregnancy, when my body began to change, I was like 1 year post-op. Like, y'all, when y'all get these BBLs, please make sure you are mentally stable, because if you're going to get this BBL and you're not mentally stable, right? And you get this BBL and you're like, oh my gosh, I love my body now, whoop-de-whoop, you know what I'm saying? And then, God forbid, your results begin to change. You know what I'm saying? You begin to put on an extra pound, or you lose a lot of weight, or hey, you get pregnant, your body change. If you're getting this surgery, you know, to help better your depression, it eventually is going to start making it worse, because now you're going to be criticizing yourself. You're going to be like, I spent all of this money and I did all of this, went through all this pain, and look at my body back again. You know what I'm saying? So really go in there. I wouldn't say go in there prepared. Yes, go in there prepared, knowing what you want, knowing what you're gonna get, and make sure you don't play no game now, because these BBLs, these surgeries, it's like it takes a toll, and you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready, like you. And it's not even that like society makes it to where it's comfortable for you to vent about it or for you to complain about it, because it's like everybody feels like, oh, you got a cosmetic surgery, you didn't need it, so that's your fault. Listen, y'all, know what you want before you get what you want. That's all I'm gonna say. Next will be, even after my pregnancy, I feel like my results held up pretty good after a pregnancy, because my first round, well, I knew the look I was going for. After I got my first round, I knew I was going to need a second round. Like, as soon as I looked at my body in the mirror, I was like, yeah. Yeah, and I'm going to need to gain some more weight. But, you know, that's later on down the line. I was young, and my main focus with the round one was to make sure I didn't have hip dips. Girl, them hip dips was so bad. Them hip dips was so bad, baby. So after like my round one, I told Dr. Ramirez, like, I want my hip dips gone, and I need them to stay gone, because I hated my hip dips so bad. I just felt like, you know, it gave booty from the back and little boy from the front. Like, why my leg? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I'm trying to, you know, it wasn't like giving the vibes, you know? So I did have to make sure I put Dr. Ramirez on point about that one. So that's what I do recommend that y'all tell y'all surgeons. It's like, if you got hip dips that you do not like, tell that surgeon, whatever he do, make sure, if he got to inject a little bit of extra fat, so when some fat dies, listen, and make sure you know you're keeping up with your post-op care, keeping up with your weight, so your fat retention can be good. Because I love it over here. Not having hip dips. Girl, I feel like God's favorite. Let me stop. But for real though, hey girl, living a life with hip dips and then to say I don't have any no more, I love it. That's what I do love about my surgery. Like, now, you know, my hip dips held up, did good, girl. That fat, surviving. But no, for real, my hip dips, you know, they did good with the fat retention. Now, everything else, now, the hips, my actual like hips, For the hips I'm going for, I know I'm gonna need a round 2. We ain't gonna get into that. We ain't gonna get into that though. And even after pregnancy, I do want to say this, like, I do like my body even after pregnancy, because I feel like my results held up pretty good. Like, if I want to, have my body looking good, it'll still look pretty good. Like, it'll look like, okay, you look good. And even after having a baby, and my baby isn't even 1 yet, and it's like my body, immediately snapped back. Like, I think my stomach went down from pregnancy like 2 weeks later, if that. Like, completely flat. You wouldn't even think I even had a baby. Listen. And also, what I didn't like is like my arms, because after I got lipo and like my back, my stomach area, my waist and everything, it's like now it's harder for me to gain weight in those places after I had lipo. But now it's like I didn't do my arms. So when I had the lipo, it's like once I start getting weight, it start giving like 8, like real big arm and body real tiny. It just, I ain't here for it. I'm not liking that. I should have got arm lipo, because then, it would have been proportionate, and it would have been like, okay, so my back isn't gaining that much fat because I had lipo, and my arms wouldn't have been, and it would have been like, okay, top, and then going down bottom. Okay, you get what I'm saying? Okay. But no, it gives like, can't really gain much weight up here or my back, but my arms, I got a jacket on. You can't really see for real, but I can sing y'all. I can sing y'all legend. You know what I'm saying? And do that. But overall, I do want to go in for a round 2. I don't think it's at any fault of my surgeon. I really did not do good with my post-op care, y'all. And that is really, really important. Like, do right. If you gonna drop that cash, do right. Okay? Because ain't no need to waste your time. Ain't no need to waste your time or your money. Because baby, it's a process. You really gotta be ready. But if y'all watch all the series, y'all gonna be ready. Y'all gonna be ready for everything. You just gotta watch all the videos. That's all I'm gonna say.